With the 4th pick, the Chicago Bulls took Caleb Wilson, the long, springy North Carolina forward who blocks shots, runs the floor, and finishes everything at the rim. He's a defensive playmaker with a sky-high motor, but there's a catch with the fit, and it's a big one. So today we run the tape and the numbers on one question: how does Caleb Wilson fit with the Bulls? Let's break it down. Here's the plan. First, who he is as a player, then his college production, then the ceiling and floor, which hinge on one skill, and finally, how he fits a Bulls roster that's already crowded in exactly his spot. The stats are verified, the projections are mine. Let's start with the player. This is Game is Culture. Quick thing before we dig in: if you like prospects broken down with real data instead of hype, subscribe. It's free and it helps a ton. Now, the player. First, the player. Map his game and you see a defensive monster with serious athletic tools. Elite defense, elite athleticism, strong rebounding, and a knack for finishing above the rim. He blocks shots, jumps passing lanes, and switches across positions with a 7-foot wingspan. But one spoke falls off a cliff: the outside shooting. This is a high-motor, two-way forward whose entire ceiling is tied to one developing skill. In plain terms, here's what he is: a 6'10" forward with a 7-foot wingspan who guards multiple positions, protects the rim, runs the floor, and dunks everything in traffic. The defense and the athleticism are genuinely special. What he is not yet is a shooter, and that single fact shapes everything about his NBA outlook. Elite tools, one glaring question. Now the college tape. The freshman year at North Carolina was excellent before a thumb injury cut it short. Nearly 20 points and over 9 rebounds a game, with a block and a half and a steal and a half a night, on a huge 58% from the field. The two-way production is real. He stuffs a box score on both ends. He earned All-ACC, first team, and second team All-American as a freshman. The talent is not in question. Map the scoring and the split is dramatic. At the rim, he's elite, finishing nearly 58% from the field on dunks, putbacks, and runouts. But step outside and it falls apart. Just 26% from 3 and 71% from the line. Defenses will sag off him and dare him to shoot until he proves he can. The interior scoring is NBA ready today. The jumper is the whole ball game for his future. So here's the swing skill, and it's the clearest one in this draft: the jump shot. At 26% from 3, he's a non-shooter today, and in the modern NBA, a forward who can't shoot can get played off the floor. If that number climbs into even the mid-30s, he becomes a devastating two-way weapon. If it doesn't, he's a defensive specialist whose offense gets schemed against. One skill, the jumper, decides whether he's a star or a role player. So how high and how low? Let's be honest about the range. The floor is a high-energy defense and rebounding forward, a useful rotation piece who can't be a primary option, the kind of player good teams have but don't build around. The ceiling is a two-way star, a switchable defender who also spaces and scores, a genuine difference maker. Same prospect, and the entire gap is the jump shot and the offensive polish. That's the swing Chicago is betting on. If you want a comp, think a switchy, rim-running, two-way forward in the Aaron Gordon or Jaden McDaniels family. A high-level defender and finisher whose value spikes if the jumper ever becomes reliable. That's my comp, not a promise, but it frames the bet. The defense and athleticism give him a real NBA role no matter what, and the shooting is the lottery ticket on top. Now the part that matters, the fit. Now look at the room he's walking into, and this is where it gets tricky. Chicago is built around Josh Giddey, a pass-first guard, Kobe White, a scoring guard, and a pile of young forwards. Matas Buzelis, Patrick Williams, and Isaac Okoro, with Nikola Vucevic at center. The good news, Giddey is a brilliant passer who will throw Wilson a dozen lobs a game. The bad news, the Bulls already have a crowd at forward, and most of them have the same weakness Wilson does: shooting. Put the need next to the player and it's a mixed bag. Chicago genuinely needed defense, athleticism, and rim protection, and Wilson brings all three at an elite level. That part is a clean win. Giddey's playmaking is a perfect match for a lob-catching, rim-running finisher. But on shooting, the one thing this roster was already short on, Wilson doesn't help. He adds to the problem. The defensive fit is excellent. The spacing fit is a real concern. So here's the real concern. Two of them actually. One, the forward logjam. Buzelis, Patrick Williams, and Okoro all want those same minutes, and now Wilson joins the pile. Two, spacing. Stack that many non-shooters and defenses clog the paint, choking the exact rim runs Wilson and Giddey do best. Chicago drafted the best talent available, which is defensible, but the fit needs a trade or a developing jumper to truly click. It's a bet on tools over tidiness. Here's the realistic development path. Year 1, he's a high-energy defensive rookie who earns minutes with effort, rim protection, and lobs, even if the offense is raw. By year 3, if that jumper climbs to respectable, he's a two-way starter and one of the better young defenders in the league. And by year 5, the ceiling is a two-way star forward, the kind that swings playoff series. As always, watch the three-point trend. That's the whole story. So grade the fit. The talent is top 5. The defensive need is real, and Giddey's passing is a dream for a finisher like this. But the shooting overlap and the forward logjam are genuine problems that the others in this draft didn't have. Put it together and this is a solid, talent-first fit with real questions. The messiest match we've graded so far. Good player, good value, but Chicago has some sorting out to do. Where could I be wrong? If that jump shot develops even a little, every concern here melts away. A switchable defender who can space the floor is a star, and the logjam sorts itself out because Wilson is simply better. And if Chicago trades a forward to clear the runway, the fit gets clean fast. But as the roster sits today, this is talent betting it can outrun a crowded, non-shooting frontcourt. The upside is real, so is the puzzle. So that's the fit. Chicago took a high-ceiling, elite athlete and defender and bet that his jumper develops and the forward logjam sorts itself out. The defense fits now, the offense is a project. So tell me, does Caleb Wilson's jumper come around, and whose fit should I break down next? Drop it below. And we are so close to 1,000 subs, so subscribe to stay up to date.